Truffle of the last drops of LSD.
Wait, shut up. Did you guys read my diary? What the hell?
Lore Boys here. The internet's #1 pill addiction podcast is back with more of what you need. My name is Peter O'Donohue, and I'm into Hawaiian shirts now. Joining me on our trip from Jersey to Brazil are...
It's me, Officer Vengeance. Back with a vengeance. What can we say? I've turned into Donald Trump now.
An out-of-season... Well, now that you're the mayor of Vote Vengeance, obviously. Out-of-season guest appearance from Officer Vengeance, baby.
Wow. James Miller.
No, it's Ethan. That was my best Officer Vengeance impression.
It could have fooled me, man. I miss him. I mean, I suppose we'll probably see him in like 2.5 months, depending on how much crime is done.
Depending on how necromantic rituals are going. I personally am glad he's dead.
Oh, no. I didn't know that part. I got to write that down just in case.
The lore.
I need to call his widow. So today's episode about Max Payne, the main character from Max Payne, was requested by patrons Magnus and Commodore Turtle. If you'd like to request something, shout out to the goats. If you'd like to request something, head over to Discord. And if you want to participate in our free and fair democracy, just like the election of Officer Vengeance, you can head over to our Patreon, both of which are linked below. Yeah. So, fellas, you ever played a Max Payne game? A Max Game Payne?
I've played at least 2 and 3, I think. Not like through. It was a game that a friend of mine had. Growing up, so I'd often play them at his place. Along with, like, he was a big fan of games of that style. Another one that comes to mind is, I want to say, The Matrix Reloaded, like the second game based on the movies, which is just like run in and you do the dive and you shoot and you get the bullet time and all that good stuff. This is a third-person shooter, I guess what you could say. Maybe not 3. Maybe I played 1 and 2 the most.
Did you go to Brazil?
I don't fucking remember. I just remember shooting stuff, dude. I didn't play much.
That could really be anywhere, any video game.
I think it's the same friend. I borrowed a game from him where you wake up in like a psych ward or something, and you have magic powers, and you're trying to get out of it, and you can shoot guns and stuff.
I know what you're talking about.
Is that the Condemned?
No, I want to say Second Sight on the GameCube.
I've never played any Max Payne games. I looked in my Steam library, and I own a Mad Max game that I didn't even know about. So I guess that's cool.
Different Max.
Yeah.
Yeah. Second Sight for the GameCube, and I'll post an image of what that was.
That was a cool ass game.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, dude. That was cool.
Okay. This does look very cool. This looks like, I don't know, it looks like a PS2 game. It looks like Metal Gear, but you clearly have like telekinetic fuzz or like a telekinetic aura around your right arm. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you develop like telekinesis, and then as you play, you get more. I keep saying for the GameCube. I played it for the GameCube. It was also on PS2 and Xbox.
Okay. So. Yeah.
I played on GameCube because I played
because he had it on GameCube. Exactly.
Yeah.
So personally, I've only actually played Max Payne 3, the Brazilian one, and this is like an all-timer for me. I fucking love Max Payne 3. It is. Okay. It was one of those times where I played a game where like everything clicked. Looked good, played good, and it was one of the few times, still, where I listened to the music. The soundtrack for the game is a lot of like really cool, kind of like heavy beats by the band Health, who, back when I used to use Twitter or X, the Everything app, I would like following Health on Twitter is so funny because at least I don't know if it's one dude or if it's just one of the people there is just like just an absolutely S tier poster on Twitter. Okay. Following Health on Twitter was like one of the best things I'd ever done back in the day. Just like constant streams of very funny shit. And for a while, he was just like Dark Souls posting. Like loves video games, loves Souls games. Just excellent. And like the song I posted and shared for the patrons there, the song Tears from the airport fight towards the end of Max Payne 3 is an all-timer track for me, like in a video game.
I did look up Max Payne 3 because you talked about it. I definitely didn't play it. It looks too good for the ones I played.
Okay.
I played 1 and 2 then.
Okay. cool. I'm like devastated that I can't run Max Payne 3 on my current PC because the Rockstar launcher there is still fucking attached to it. And the Rockstar launcher on this computer doesn't work unless I'm trying to play Red Dead 2, which is a game that notoriously I love and think is great. So very happy about that whole fucking situation.
So you're excited for GTA 6? That's what you're saying.
Obviously, yeah. I can't. I'm bursting at the seams. Yeah.
He's hermetically sealing himself into the goon chamber until GTA 6 comes out.
Yeah.
It's crazy that GTA 5 came out.
Why are you?
We lost our audio there, Jibo.
Jamie's microphone died in media res.
Oh my god, guys! I'm so sorry. I'm not even going to finish my point.
It's okay. No, it's okay, buddy. No, come on.
You know what? Great, the max pain is the maximum pain I feel in my heart when my
boy. I should go for some illicit narcotics right about now.
Will it make my fucking microphone work properly?
Yeah. Could I take painkillers to get rid of this maximum pain?
I hope so.
Yes.
I hope the audio gets better in that case.
Go to a doctor. They'll give you some benzos. No problem.
Yeah, I still got some left over, and maybe they're expired. Do they get stronger? Do they get weaker? Time to find out. So the first two games were developed by Remedy Entertainment, based in Espoo, Finland, which I definitely only put in here because it's called Espoo, but
like,
also
how do you spell that? Come on,
Espoo, dude.
It's right, exactly how you would think.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, in Finland. And the third was made by Rockstar, who had come to own the rights to the IP, and as far as I know, still do. Not sure if we're ever going to get another game in the series, but like as always, I'm fine with that because personally, I think things should just end while they're good. Max Payne 3 was good, and it's fucking over. It's exactly. It's just I'm looking at you, The Simpsons.
We should end the podcast.
True. Yeah. Wait, true. Wait, what the hell? Wait, no, we never got good. We never got good to start with. That's the key.
You're right.
You say shitty, you can go forever.
B+ podcast, I think, is what we used to call ourselves.
We were generous, especially back then. A B+, that was generous.
I think we could probably earn a decent B+ now.
Nowadays, sure. Yeah, sure. If we buckled down, we could bust out a B+, I think. Yeah.
I like getting the comment of just like, I love these BattleTech episodes because it's very clear that not a single one of these guys knows that the inner sphere is not the entire Milky Way galaxy.
I called it. You said the entire galaxy. I said, that's too big. I don't think so. You said, no, it is. I said, okay.
I had no idea. Honestly, that's the way I learned it. I had no fucking idea at all.
I wasn't here, but totally. I would have corrected you guys if I was
true.
Sure.
Yeah, that's why. That's why we're incomplete. When we two-man is only out of desperation.
Mm-hmm. That's why we need autistic people in the Discord server to correct us.
Exactly.
We don't know what we're talking about.
Tier 3 Tylenol users, man. That's what we need in the Patreon over there.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of crushing painkillers. So today we'll be focusing on the man himself, Maximilian Payne. The reference I showed you guys here in the image are the first selection of what Max looks like throughout the various games. One where he is just the smirking face of the real image of the game's writer and creative director, Sam Lake, just pasted onto a cardboard PS2 model. And then the updated ones from Max Payne 2 and 3. And then obviously the Hawaiian shirt when he's in Brazil.
I do love that none of the three look like the same person.
Yeah.
And maybe we can work at a fun Lore Boys canon that it's a different Max Payne every game. But
so after being the actor who plays Max Payne sadly has passed away. His name is James McCaffrey. The smirking image of Sam Lake where he's like looks like this. He looks like he's doing a Robert De Niro impression. Is the only time it's a different guy. The other two images are just video game graphic versions of James McCaffrey.
Oh, okay.
They are the same guy.
I find maybe it's just the beard's doing a lot of work to his face shape there, but I just don't find they look the same at all.
No, I mean he's a little bit more grizzled.
Yeah, the haircut's like, and he has like a big cut over his eye that looks like it should scar, and then there's just like no evidence of a scar afterwards.
No, the Brazil is after. The Brazil is 3.
Yes. Yeah.
So
he shaves his head like 2/3 of the way into the third game to like disguise himself. Basically, he looks like the actor for most of the third game, but then when things go awry and he has to go undercover and he grows his beard out and shaves off his hair to disguise himself. Basically.
Whoa! That guy looks just like Max Payne. Nah, he has hair. That couldn't be him. All right, come on in.
That's a different gringo right there.
Well, now you mention I can't tell them apart at all. They look exactly the same.
Just old white guys.
Yeah.
Just like us.
Yeah.
Yep.
Middle-aged white guys now. We're getting there. So, born in November 1965 to Jack and Helen Payne, Max's early childhood was a bit rocky. His father, Jack, deployed to Vietnam sometime after Max was born. And then when he returned, rather than the parade that he was expecting, all he got was PTSD. Just like a lot of idyllic young men sacrificed at the altar of the American Empire. One thing I learned actually when doing the research here, I thought the Vietnam War started in the 60s. That's just when the U.S. started to get directly involved and fuck around with stuff. The Vietnam War started in the mid 50s, and it was like the French Indochina War at the time, because Vietnam and Cambodia were French colonies, I believe.
Yeah, I know the U.S. the U.S. didn't start it. They got involved because communism, was going to win. So they said, we can't let that happen. Yeah. We have to fight communism on all fronts. Same thing with
and they fucking lost anyway. Look at that.
Yeah. No one's better at losing wars, honestly.
Unbroken streak since 1945, actually.
The underground tunnels in the Vietnam War always tripped me out. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned them on some other episode, but like they had full on like places where you could watch a movie under the ground, and then you could like get your way through to a bathroom. Then there'd just be like a trap somewhere where there'd be a pile of spikes, and it makes me so claustrophobic. I hate even just thinking about being a hole in the ground. I can't imagine living in one.
The spikes were the goon chamber, and all the goon fluids would infect the wounds.
Ugh. Could you imagine just being like, just like a Mormon kid from Oklahoma who thinks he's doing the right thing for the U.S. and you fall into like a bamboo goon pit in the jungle? Like, there's literally no worse way to go.
If you fall into a goon pit, you don't want to struggle, because if you struggle too much, you'll sink deeper. You actually want to just stay still and wait for your friend to throw a stick in to pull you out of the goon pit.
Right.
Yeah. I grew up my whole life, like as a kid, you'd hear about goon pits all the time. You were so worried about them. Then it turns out like you never really come across them in real life.
No, I mean, if I spent more time on fucking safari, maybe I'd been prepared. It's like they in high school they spent so much time teaching you about fucking quicksand and not how to do your taxes. Great.
Yeah, when the IRS comes to your house, just don't struggle. It'll make it worse.
Yeah. So, since men's mental health is imaginary, Jack Payne coped with the only way he knew how, through alcohol and abusing his family. When he got deployed and when he got back from Nam, I can't say. However, he began cheating on Helen by 1976. So the year after the Vietnam War ended, or after the U.S. withdrew, because of course it moved on to like Cambodia and the Khmer Rouge and shit like that. So like a year minimum after he got back, he started to have an affair. His parents are the two comic book panels here of the younger people, the guy doing push-ups, and then the woman, obviously.
I thought this old guy with the red hair was his dad, and he was the guy doing push-ups.
That is his grandfather, who we'll talk about shortly.
Gotcha.
What was I gonna say?
the dad really shouldn't have cheated, because they were clearly soulmates, because Jack and Helen, their names make a name, Jacqueline, right?
Oh,
it's like opportunities like that, they don't come often in life.
The celebrity gossip rags would have really run with that one.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
He threw it all away. Stupid son of a bitch. Just because of a little PTSD. Oh, you watch a couple people die. You watch a couple of your friends die. Oh, boo-hoo.
In a goon pit.
Grow up. Yeah. They got gooned to death by the Viet Cong. Grow up, man. What the hell? Vietnam vets, such babies, am I right?
Yeah. You just like walk into the forest, you start hearing like the sound of like ham slapping together in the trees. What the hell is going on?
Charlie's everywhere, man.
Charlie's just gooning in the jungle. I mean, frankly, CCR did a bunch of songs about that, so I shouldn't be surprised. It's like this is a soundtrack. Helen Payne died shortly thereafter. So after Jack Payne had gotten home and started having an affair, she died.
It's not cheating if she's dead.
You're right.
Now I'm just a widower, right?
Yeah. Her official cause of death is unknown, but Jack obviously was a suspect. But I mean, come on, brother. It's 1976. Ain't nobody going to get convicted for killing their wife after they get back from Vietnam. Are you kidding me?
Since when has a cheating man ever killed his wife? Come on, grow up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. However, Helen's own alcohol abuse could have easily been the culprit as well. Jack ended up dying of similar, due to presumably alcohol abuse a few years later in 1979, orphaning Max, who was then adopted by his much kinder maternal grandfather named Max's grandfather. He has no legal name in the comics.
I love you, Max's grandfather.
His grandfather is the older man who we talked about earlier, who does actually read like a nice guy. Max, when he was young, loved Greek myth, which is funny how we're doing this after the Hades episode. Mm-hmm. And he would tell him Greek myths to cheer him up as stories and whatnot to help take care of them.
Got a great horseshoe mustache.
He does.
Yeah, drinking runs in the family because it looks like he has a Budweiser and a rocks glass with his dinner there. So
the Bud Light chaser is very important.
You're not an alcoholic if you're eating your whole meal. Okay, real alcoholics, they'll skip meals.
Yeah.
This guy.
There's one of the old boozers at the dive bar near me who I chat with every once in a while. He'll do a Labatt Blue with a Caesar chaser. Basically, he is always double fisting, which he's always got. Yeah,
that's like a thing. What's it called? You mix Bud Light and Bud Light and tomato juice or something. It's
not a shandy, is it?
No, that's with
Chelada. Chelada? Something? No, there's something. I forget what it's called, but it's a thing where you mix
Michelada. Yeah,
Michelada.
That feels like a marketing campaign from Michelob, right?
Oh, like Michelob and Clamato? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm not sure where it comes from.
It sounds kind of nice, honestly.
I think it's popular in Mexico.
It's Mexican.
Yeah.
Huh. Very cool.
Yeah.
So Max's grandfather is very likely dead by the time of the games, simply to being old. But that was never confirmed. He had no date of death. He has no tragic death scene. Like a lot of the other people in Max Payne's life, his grandfather seems to have just been an all-around good, supportive guy. Told him some Greek myths, taught him how to drink 2 drinks with dinner and not be an alcoholic. Right? everything valuable that you need to instill in a young 14-year-old boy at this point.
You see, Max, the key is to really level yourself off with some uppers. All right, that's how you're gonna get through dinner.
Yeah.
Your parents
you don't want to eat too many carbs.
Sorry. Your parents just drank. They didn't do coke too. That's why they died.
Yeah. Cocaine really would have kept your dad going for a couple extra years there, Maxi Poo. Anyway, you want to hear about Zeus again? So all the images of his past family, of his grandfather and his parents, were from the 2012 prequel comic After the Fall. I think the subtitle of Max Payne 2 is Max Payne 2 Fall of Max Payne. Yeah. I don't know what else happens in that comic that isn't just about his when he was young in his parents' life, but yeah, anyway.
Max Payne 3, Help, I've Fallen and I Can't Get Up.
Help, I've fallen in Brazil. Right. So going forward, there will be some spoilers for some of the games. If you want to play them and circle back to this episode, I would definitely recommend it. They are all available on Steam. And I believe when I was on the Wikipedia page, there is a rumor of a remaster of the first 2. And the third one is like a Rockstar game. It still looks fucking good, right? Like GTA is fucking 13 years old. It looks great. The animation's great. The facial capture is great. All of it's great. Same goes for Max Payne 3. Well, it is kind of washed out, and the anti-aliasing isn't fantastic because, of course, it came out 13 years ago. I think it still looks really, really good. Still holds up. I think you've just ran it at 1080p at 60 FPS. Just like a brand new game. It looks better than some shit that came out fucking last year, frankly.
Yeah. But I disagree. Turn this. Can you turn this back on, listener, and just listen to this episode? You don't need to play the game. Just listen.
Yeah, just forget about it. I'm just spoiling the whole fucking thing anyway. Mm-hmm. Listening to me talk about it's going to be way more fun than killing guys in slow-mo. I can guarantee that.
True.
So in the late 80s, Max joined the NYPD and quickly got himself promoted to detective, meeting his soon-to-be longtime partner, Alex Balder. These two managed to earn themselves the classic Hero Cops headline after a major drug bust in New York involving some new gang of thugs and the Punchinello crime family. I love the cliche Hero Cops headline because you will never see something like that ever again.
Yeah.
Depends on the rag, man.
I guess,
there's still some deification going on there.
With a name like Alex Balder, he could just claim that it was a prop gun every time he accidentally shoots someone, right?
Oh, because Baldwin's close. I got
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Okay, yes. Yeah.
It's pretty close.
And that's pretty close to a joke, too. I like it.
I mean, just saying cops are bad is not a good joke, either, if I'm being honest. Yeah.
Fair enough.
I wonder if it's intentional, because Balder's the name. It's not Greek, but you mentioned Greek myth, but that's the Viking myth, right? Balder is the Jesus son of Odin, right?
We will be getting into some of the references later on. You know what? Text to 250.022 with how many you think they found in this fucking episode here. I'm really sorry if anybody with that phone number gets a bunch of just like three. What do I win? Sort of shit here.
I'm not. I'm glad it happened.
Yep. So Balder went on to become a DEA agent, a soldier in the war on drugs, sadly not on the side of the drugs. And regardless of like him moving on to a new department, he and Max remained friends for the years throughout the years following this. In October of 1990, Max rescued a woman named Michelle from some muggers in Hell's Kitchen, New York. They stayed in touch and eventually fell in love, getting married and having a daughter named Rose in February of 1998. That is the lady in the framed picture here.
Frame picture.
Lady in the frame picture.
Okay, yeah. She's a lady in a frame picture. I got to give you that. There you go. There's no denying it. There's no denying it.
Yeah, absolutely true.
Michelle had worked as a part-time district attorney in New York City and had slowly been putting together documents about a government program called Project Valhalla. Write that one down.
Oh,
what's that reference to?
Territory. Yeah. Now we're in Viking territory. That. So he's the Greek gods coming, and he's living in the Viking world, basically, right?
Yeah, exactly.
He's a dinosaur.
This is the prequel to God of War.
What do you think that Roman numeral is? Without looking it up, I looked it up.
What Roman numeral?
In Project Valhalla photo that was provided with right next to the picture of Michelle.
Oh yes, there is also the emblem. I forgot to put a reference note in my script there. Yes.
Oh, I have no idea. I don't even know how to break it. I don't even know how to break this up.
For those at home,
it's MCMXCI, right? So I'm like, usually you start in the biggest, and then but the two M's is fucking me up here, man. That's
M.
Really
it's 1,000.
I know that. I know what all the individual numbers are. M is 1,000, C is 100, X is 10, and I is 1. But the two M's is fucking me up.
I'll give you a clue. M is the first one, so that's the first initial is 1.
Okay.
CM is grouped together. So what do you think CM?
That's 900. 900.
900.
Oh yes, of course.
C is grouped together.
So yeah, 1991.
1991.
There you go.
Year of our Lore of Boys.
Oh, that's true. Cheers. Cheers. Yep. Here's to the Lore Boys.
Yeah, my birthday's in 2 days. It'll be old.
It's true. Happy birthday, Jibo.
Yeah. When it comes out, this episode comes out. Oh no, last week.
No,
we're ahead.
Mm-hmm. Last Wednesday. Yep. You're a late listener.
Yep.
I can't believe you didn't wish Jamie a happy birthday. Unless you did on Discord, then thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
So in the late 90s, Alfred Woden had leaked documents to Michelle Payne to incriminate a woman named Nicole Horn. Horn was the president of a pharmaceutical company called the Aesir Corporation, who had been producing a drug for the U.S. government called Valkyr. So if it wasn't clear that this was a neo-noir video game, very clearly written by people from Espoo, Finland, right?
I forgot that they were involved in all this.
Yeah. I don't know what would have given it away otherwise.
Cool. So we're doing some Viking myth just in New York City in the 90s.
Pretty much. So we'll get into it later, just as like what everything kind of leads to here, and maybe we can put some things together. We can Lore Boys canon a little bit. I did not do that when putting the script together because I thought it might be fun if anybody had any suggestions as to which myths specifically were referenced by Max Payne, like the game. So
Zeus
Project
is the ultimate
Valhalla.
gooner, so we've already talked about it a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Again, the Max's fascination for Greek myth doesn't seem to have played much of a role in any of this. What with the constant references to a different mythological pantheon, right?
Gotcha.
So Project Valhalla seems to have been some kind of pseudo MK Ultra experiment where veterans who'd participated in the Gulf War were given an experimental stimulant that would have improved their energy levels, their combat ability, their endurance, and also their like resistance to physical pain. Apparently the results weren't good enough, or maybe the work took too long, but the woke Clinton government of the 90s shelved the project and moved on to something more reliable for military purposes, probably meth and crippling college debt, which is what they still use to this day.
Mm-hmm.
And then for the uninformed, MK Ultra is, in quotes, I'm not suicidal, is or was like a mind control program run by the U.S. government, I think during the 50s or something. Also at McGill University in Montreal.
Yeah. I recently watched something on this, and I didn't realize that LSD, like acid, was actually made in Europe, and it was discontinued. There was like a guy,
Hoffman.
But it was a Dr. Hoffman who did it.
Dr. Hoffman, I believe. Yeah.
They were down to the last like jar of it. And that was the whole supply in the entire world. And the US government bought it and started using it. And eventually, like when they were almost out of it, like refigured out how to make it. And then that became like a huge part of a counterculture movement against the government, which is what the government brought into the United States and learned how to create. And then it ended up like being a huge part of like anti-war and everything, right? Which is like
interesting.
That is a cool little thing. It almost went extinct, LSD. I'm sure they would have gotten remade like sometime in the future, but the last like few drops of it were in U.S. government hands.
Leave it to a U.S. or leave it not a U.S. Sorry, leave it to a Western government to just step on rakes all day, right?
Yeah,
just do the opposite of what they're trying to do, man. Like, yeah. I say Western governments, only because I don't know much about other governments, but they're probably doing the same shit.
Yeah. Not all government is bad, but if you're using drugs to unwitting like people and like making them jump out of windows because they weren't depressed all of a sudden, then yeah, that's probably a real bad thing, huh? That's pretty big.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Dosing somebody with LSD to see what the fuck would happen for in the name of science, thumbs down for me personally.
Yeah,
just in case. But yes, MK Ultra. I think it might be. It's obviously been covered ad nauseum. I think people have asked us to do it. I don't know what new we would bring to the table, and maybe it's too like dark. I'm not sure, but yeah. Anyway, Project Valhalla is very analogous to that. It was drug experiments on soldiers, to just see how crazy you can make a guy go in war. And I guess this is before Jurassic World, where they were like, well, crazy guys on LSD aren't doing it. They keep throwing themselves out of hotel windows. Velociraptors, though.
Yeah, Velociraptors on LSD. The D is for dinosaur. You can't prove me wrong. You don't know what it stands for.
Yeah. They all listen to Chris Pratt, though, so don't worry about that. They'll be okay.
Yeah.
When I'm high on acid, he's my spirit guide.
Trip sitter Chris Pratt, yeah.
He'd probably be a great trip sitter, honestly. So I'm not sure what the Valkyr is made out of. But excuse me, not Valkyr. So I'm not sure what I'm about to talk is made of. But in the Rolling Stone article and also the HBO adaptation, Generation Kill, which is an excellent HBO miniseries about the war in Iraq, and just a journalist who is embedded with a unit of Marines. A lot of the Humvee drivers, including the main guy whose name I believe is Ray, they inhale from a bottle and they call it rip fuel. It clearly has an amphetamine effect or whatever, and keeps them awake for days and days and days. Because there's an entire scene talking about how the driver of the main Humvee is just has been talking for 22 hours straight, and then his commander is like, "Okay, Ray, how much rip fuel have you had? We can't be using all of it all this time." He's like, "Well, how do you know?" He's like, "Because you never stop talking when you're high on rip fuel." And it had been a day and a half he'd been talking straight. And they're just driving across the fucking desert in Iraq, just trapped in a Humvee with two other guys, basically. So after the government shut down Project Valhalla, Horn moved her operation literally underground to a facility called Cold Steel in the outskirts of New York. Based on what I saw, I couldn't find any large images of it, but it's very classic New York gangster, like kind of on the waterfront, shitty warehouse, smashed windows with like a giant secret facility underneath. The documents about both the military project and the continued production of Valkyr are what Woden leaked to Michelle Payne. Also, Mr. Woden is often represented as an old man in a wheelchair with an eye patch behind his glasses. Yeah. Classic.
Makes sense. So he's big boss. That's what we're saying.
He is.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
He is.
Classic double blind. Or half blind?
Yeah, he's doing half blind trials on Valkyr actually. So he does kind of insinuate that it's a placebo when you get it. Is that how that works? So Woden was leader of a group called the Inner Circle, a shadowy group of puppet masters with ties to big business, pharma, and various governments around the world. A classic Illuminati-esque group of rich perverts manipulating people for their own purposes. Obviously, a lot of
right.
Yeah, exactly. That would never fucking happen. The references of like MK Ultra, I'm sure. I mean, conspiracy people's brains are all full of fucking holes anyway. But like, I'm sure they do make links between the Illuminati and MK Ultra, right?
Yeah.
So in the fiction here,
the Illuminati control everything, right? Is like the conspiracy theory, like they're behind everything. So
I guess,
of course, right? Like,
yeah, it's hard to follow.
Straight line to anything from the Illuminati, I think.
Probably straight line to the Inner Circle here at the very least. Mm-hmm. So yeah, they're a classic group, classic trope. It's great. Keep in mind that these games came out in like 2000, 2002. So if it's like, oh, it's a tired trope now, it's just like, yeah, but back in the day, like this shit was kind of cool and interesting, right?
Yeah.
The early 2000s had another great Illuminati-based game in Deus Ex, which is actually getting a remaster soon, which I think is pretty cool. I got the 25th anniversary remaster of System Shock 2, and honestly, just a little bit of lipstick on an already sexy pig. Pretty great.
All pigs are sexy.
But I mean, but imagine dolling one up a little bit for a night out. And then that's also System Shock 2.
Ooga.
Yeah. All of our artwork now is just various characters doing ooga faces.
So laying in a trough, like trying to
trough full of the last drops of LSD.
Wait, shut up. Did you guys read my diary? What the
hell? So the Inner Circle used the Asgard building near the Brooklyn Bridge as a meeting place. So now you may have been led to believe that this Baldur, Woden, and Asgard stuff means the story of Max Payne was based on, at least in part, in a few Norse myths. I couldn't find anything. But anybody with familiarity with Norse myths may be able to infer that maybe there's some threads here, some stuff that they had based it on, rather than just Remedy Entertainment. Yeah.
There is the berserkers, right? Who were like, they did mushrooms before going into battle and would get like particularly high. So that's pretty, I don't remember there being like a shadowy cabal driving them, but they were like all warriors of the gods, right? So are the gods.
Valkyr very much appears to have like a berserker effect on the people that took it, where they, can't feel pain. They never run out of energy, sort of thing. Yeah.
Might not be like a 1-to-1 story, but at least like the theming is there, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Or it might be a 1-to-1 story. We're not finished, so.
No. I've never been to Espoo, but I would love to go. Just so I could tell people. It's like Espoo Edgeland. It's like a different Nordic country.
Yeah, that's it. As opposed to Viet Cong, the land of the Gooners.
Of course.
I called the country Viet Cong, and that's got to be offensive to people of Vietnam, and I'm sorry for that, guys.
Yeah. Whoops. So, nowhere I looked had confirmed this, other than Mr. Woden being a manipulator, just like Allfather Odin, and the rest of the names appear to be simply surface-level references from a Finnish game developer. The Max Payne movie starring Mark Wahlberg, which I did not know existed.
I forgot there was a movie.
I did not know this existed.
Let me look it up. Maybe I've seen it.
Until I started doing research for this yesterday. Makes way more explicit references to Norse myths. So when high on Valkyr, characters hallucinate like actual Valkyries in the room with them.
So I'm sorry, I'm looking at stills of this movie right now, and I cannot tell you if I've seen this movie or not. It is like right in the zone where I was the target demo when this movie came out for sure. This was my shit. I'm so compelled to say that I have seen it and it looks familiar, but maybe it was just the marketing that's stuck in my brain. I don't know. I have no recollection of seeing this movie, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure I've seen this movie.
When I looked at the cover, I was like, I could easily have just gotten kind of confused at some point in 2005 and just be like, yeah, Mark Wahlberg's in Sin City. Because, like, it's just so generic. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, they clearly ripped off the style for the cover, at least. So it's Mark Wahlberg, Mila Kunis, hot at the time for sure, right? That 70s Show fame.
Still hot.
And Family Guy. And then, but the one that's got me is Beau Bridges. I'm like, that's the one I'm like, have I fucking seen this movie? Because
who the hell is Beau Bridges?
Yeah, you'd recognize him if you saw him. I'm not surprised you don't recognize the name, but 15% on Rotten Tomatoes. So maybe we should watch.
That's pretty good.
New Patreon tier. We'll subject ourselves to Max Payne for you.
Okay, so Beau Bridges' eyebrows and mouth combination in the photo here on Google is fucking crazy. I'm just gonna post these right now.
Let's get a look at them Let's get a look at them pillars, huh?
Whoa.
Caterpillars.
Crazy look.
Big eyebrows, man.
Max Payne 1 and 2.
You might turn
only
into
$5 on Steam. Maybe we should just get into these games, guys.
Oh, that's true. It is the autumn sale started right now. I was just like, I should buy these at some point.
Yep.
Maybe it'll be tonight. I bought the DLC for Steel Rising this afternoon for $8. So very looking.
That's a steal.
It was a steal. I think so. So the film version of Valkyr is a drink.
I really like your re-delivery of Jamie's line there, Pete.
I'm sorry, yeah.
The listeners couldn't see it, but he had a little pep. He kind of did his hands on his hips a little, like his fists on his hips, and he leaned over a little when he said it. I
was trying to vamp because I was looking at my script. I was like, where the fuck are the next words I'm supposed to say?
Yeah, where the fuck are the handlebars on this hurricane, man?
Oh yeah, dude, it's out of control. So the film version of Valkyr is a drink rather than a syringe. This was to ensure they didn't get a R or X rating by showing characters shooting up. Basically, they were like, "Well, no. This is how we're gonna do it." We're gonna talk a little bit more about Valkyr and leaked classified documentation after the break. Welcome back from the break, everybody. I hope you didn't look at any of the blackmail the corporate blackmail that we sent to you guys. So leaking classified documentation. Not yet. Yeah.
Not yet. After the show, please.
I'd like to think that there's like a little trigger when you obviously classified documentation. So it's got the little wax seal on it in the manila envelope. When you undo it and you break the wax seal, that's when the hitmen show up. Like the berserkers can hear the little click of the wax breaking. So leaking classified documentation to Michelle Payne was actually the first step in a conspiracy to take down Nicole Horn once and for all, along with the Aesir Corporation. Woden knew that if anything were to happen to Michelle, Max would stop at nothing to avenge her in any way he could. This is basically a conspiracy of just like, no, the man in question is the protagonist of a video game. And I guarantee this will go off without a fucking hitch. This is when we obviously have his wife fucking killed. Having not played the games, I couldn't say why Woden didn't simply use his personal assassin named Mona Sachs to take out Horn, but whatever. There needs to be a video game, so this is how it's how it's going to go down. Mona and Max would eventually get romantically involved with one another later on in the series, up until Mona's death in 2003, which I believe is in the second game, Max Payne 2, followed Max Payne. So via the Punchinello crime family, Black Market Valkyr was distributed to homeless people and addicts around New York City. Syringes of the green substance can be found in alleys and in motels, like around the game. This obviously just like sullying New York City's squeaky clean reputation, especially at the time, as what like I've always noted it to be called as the Salt Lake City of the East Coast. Right?
True.
New York, very like notoriously clean, no sex, no crime, no drugs. Just
sounds like we might be able to put some of these people to work by giving them a little pep in their step, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know what people always talk about in New York, right? It's a city that goes to bed at 8. Is classic, classic in bed at 8 kind of town, right? So, having learned about this, Horn having learned about the leaks, Horn dispatched 3 rip-roaring high test subjects to the House of Payne to take care of this pesky woman who cared about like pussy shit, like law and Boeing airplanes having doors still attached to the fuselage and shit like that.
Yeah.
So this did not click for me when I was writing this. These are the berserkers, the 3 men in green jump suits, that get sent to Max Payne's house to, quiet his wife down, stop her from reading so many fucking leaks. Nobody cares about that. What are you, a plumber? What are you doing with all these leaks, Michelle? This is crazy. Just no. Nobody wants any of this.
No.
Max had been away at the time. There's a funny little note on the wiki. It's just like, she was like, "Oh, honey, come take a look at all my corporate espionage leaks." And he was like, "Not right now. I'm busy. I can't do it. I gotta go see my buddy." And like, that is like when she is murdered, unfortunately. So Max had been away with Alex Balder, who was trying to convince him to join the DEA. But Max rejected his offer at the time. He didn't want to be away from his family doing undercover work bullshit for the feds. He was just like, as an NYPD detective, he's like, "No, this job is fine. I am too based to join the DEA in the war on drugs. Obviously, fuck that shit. I'm on their side."
Truly based.
When he arrived home, he was too late. He managed to kill the intruders high on Valkyr, Michelle and his baby Rose were both already dead. They ended up being buried together in one grave in the Golgotha Cemetery in New York City. Which, while
do we
not
remember what it is?
Sorry?
Do we remember where Golgotha is?
It's coming up. Well, it's not a real place in New York, at least not that I could find. It's actually a real cemetery in Bay St. Paul, northeast of Quebec City. I guess, not actually, really that way, but it's about halfway between Quebec City and Gaspé-ish.
There you go.
Yeah.
Golgotha, though, is the hill where Jesus was crucified.
Yes,
outside
exactly.
Jerusalem.
There's Calvary Hill,
yeah.
Place of the skull.
Mm-hmm. I learned that live on air one day.
That's from Aramaic, meaning place of the skull. Didn't know that.
Like Jesus of Arimathea.
Joseph.
It's all connected.
Well,
it's the Illuminati.
Do you guys know he was crucified? What the heck?
Wait, how? How many nails do you need for something like that? That's crazy.
Jesus? My Jesus.
Ours.
The Bible guy.
My Jesus is a very fine Jesus. You're telling me that somebody crucified him?
Your personal one?
Well, my Jesus is your Jesus. My Jesus is our Jesus. You know?
This Jesus is your Jesus. This Jesus is my Jesus.
I'm trying to reference some Bible school song, but I went to Bible school 3 times to watch movies, mainly VeggieTales. So
yeah,
I'm struggling.
Yeah, I've seen the VeggieTales Christmas. I think the VeggieTales did the Nutcracker, which couldn't tell you. Probably not in the Bible. Might be.
It's not actually.
I wonder.
Yeah, that was actually Legume Tales because nuts are not vegetables.
Oh,
true.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Wait.
Yeah.
The Illuminati.
The Illuminati wants to teach kids about Jesus instead of what a legume is. Obviously, just keeping the masses ignorant. It's just something more easily manipulated, rather.
But all to say, Jesus was crucified, then reborn. This game's called The Fall of Max Payne. His wife and baby buried where Jesus was crucified. He's going to be reborn as a badass, addicted to painkillers.
Yes, exactly. Just like the canonical Jesus.
Jesus opening up his Vicodin and pouring into his hand and it just falling out the other side through the hole.
Yeah. I mean, there's lots of things we know about Jesus. Always turn the other cheek. Loved his perks. You know?
Yeah.
Hey, he was the son of God, but he was also a man, right? That was the big thing about Jesus. So
he was flawed, exactly. Just crushing up perks with Mary Magdalene and shit.
He got his hammer on the work site. He's got because he's a carpenter, right? He's got some fucking beam of scaffolding. He's crushing up a line with his hammer on it.
So after this drug-fueled murder of his family, Max no longer trusted drugs. Drugs had betrayed him. And he took up Alex Balder's offer to join the DEA and go undercover. Working with Balder and another agent only known as BB. Just those initials. I think Max refers to him as backstabbing bastard. Eventually, they do not get along very well.
Okay.
Between December 2000 and February 2001, Max rose through the ranks of the Punchinello crime family, rubbing elbows with various men throughout the organization. His ultimate target, though, was Jack Lupino, the man in the video with the face tattoo I sent you guys, whom he suspected to be the primary trafficker of Valkyr in New York and New Jersey, but he never came into contact him while undercover. That being said, Max did manage to kill him at one point in-game. He's one of the boss fights. Now, I did share the video of the intro cinematic before his cutscene, before you actually fight him. I love the ultra low budget comic panel style art from the first two games, because it's all of it is just regular people. Like Nicole Horn, the woman in all those pictures, is the creative director's mom. Like Sam Lake's mom, Sam Lake, who uses his face for Max Payne's body. Sam Lake's mom is Nicole Horn, and Mr. Woden is Sam Lake's dad. Yeah. And then everybody else is just someone from around the office, very clearly just wearing, it's hey, you need to be a drug addicted mobster for a boss fight. Just wear your tackiest bowling shirt, and we're gonna just put a face tattoo on you in After Effects, and you just go from there. Fuck.
And you're just gonna pose, and then we're gonna do a professional voice actor's gonna voice over your comic book panels, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I do love it. I keep catching the picture of him, Max Payne, talking to, I assume, is Baldur, the guy who looks like David Caruso.
That's BB. Yeah,
that's BB. Okay, yeah. So I keep looking at that picture. It's such a good style for video games. It is so striking. It is so evocative, just because it is outside the norm. It's very reminiscent of the really bad acting in the Command and Conquer Red Alert games, right?
Yes.
Just it tickles me. I just love it so much.
Yeah, it is so fun. It's one of those things. Because obviously the darkness of a story about a drug that makes you go crazy, and a detective who's had his entire fucking family murdered, and the manipulation of addicts and poor people around New York City, and then you have to watch a cutscene that looks like that, where some where guys are talking about crimes against humanity. It's 2001 was a beautiful time. Okay, exactly. It's the old games are beautiful, beautiful works of art. Mm-hmm. So BB, I was going to reference that image in a second there. BB, who's the guy who looks like David Caruso, of course, of I think King of New York and CSI Miami fame.
Mm-hmm. He's scheduled taking off his sunglasses, and it goes, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, he's I believe he's the bassist from
Jamie
The
gets
Who.
it now.
Okay, I needed that. I needed that one. I really needed that one. Yep.
David Caruso of The Who fame. BB scheduled an urgent meeting with Baldur and Max, stating, BB here, something urgent has come up with Jack Lupino. You need to meet me with Alex immediately at the Roscoe Street Station. Roscoe Street Station is not a real station in New York City, but that's the one it's just the fictional one that they use there. As I'm sure we're all aware of by now, because we're just I kind of buried the lead with the whole Aesir Corporation and shit. Lupino was not the primary trafficker of Valkyr in New York. I know. Yeah. During a meeting at the subway station, Baldur is assassinated by an unknown at the time assailant with a Desert Eagle, the giant handgun from Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Weird choice for an assassin. I'm going to say it. Yeah. I don't know anything about assassinating, but that's not what I would go with.
That's the loudest, most destructive handgun that there probably is.
Big. It's just hard to hide, hard to throw in a bush. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The first gun I ever shot was that gun. Ethan told a story about working for Irish Dancing at some point, and it was her father who had guns.
Oh,
and he just drank a lot. He's like, "You guys want to shoot the guns?" All right. And I was 15, 16. We went out in the backyard, and I'd never shot a gun before. And holy fuck, does that thing kick? Thank God it almost went over my shoulder, not directly into my forehead. Because I shot it and I almost lost it over my shoulder. Just shooting into a log in the back of a farm.
I mean, you'd have a permanent scar, like a Klingon from, I don't know what the part of the top of the gun is called, the ridged bit that you can clip stuff onto. That would have just hit you in the face and no, it's in front of the sights, right? The little ridgy bit. Gun guys on suicide watch right now listening to us stumble over bits of gun anatomy, right? Just no, they're crazy. They don't know where the inner sphere is.
Shaft of the gun.
The top part.
Yeah, exactly.
The cock. scope friction part. I don't know.
Yeah, the girth.
the scope rack is what I'm
the
going to
rib
call
for her pleasure.
Gun.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
I don't think Desert Eagle's got scope racks, but I clearly don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Jamie was good enough not to hit himself in the face with it. I would take his.
I'm
I'm going to take his opinion on this one, right?
I got
Yeah.
shot by a snub-nosed revolver in a dream about Minecraft, so we're all kind of extras.
That's true. True enough.
True.
Yeah. So Max is framed for Balder's murder, classic Patsy, and then must spend the rest of the game as a fugitive, trying to piece together the truth about what is happening with the Puccinella family and Valkyr. Eventually, Max discovers that BB was a triple agent working for the Puccinella family, for Nicole Horn as her lieutenant in the Aesir Corporation, and then, most evil of all, working as a federal agent for the United States DEA.
Wait, explain triple agent for me real quick. I listen to all that, but so you're double agents when you pretend
He's betrayed the Son, the Father, and the Holy Ghost all at the same time, basically.
Oh.
Yeah. So he's
connected by everything to three lines like the Illuminati. I got it.
Didn't even piece that together.
Yeah.
Is the Holy Trinity the Illuminati? The Catholic Church must be involved.
I draw a straight line to. Yeah.
I'm gonna say I think we're probably touching on like I'm gonna say truth with big air quotes, like the truth of the conspiracy. That I think the triangle and the dollar bills is probably something to do with God, right? The states love their Jesus, so
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I'll believe
I'm just gonna guess.
They didn't even put an eye on the Bass Pro Pyramid, referencing the dollar, which I think is a missed opportunity. They just put a big fucking fish on it. Is that in Vegas?
What?
Yeah, it's wrong. The pyramid.
Oh,
it's a part of the story. Someone pull up the clip.
I went to that hotel that is a pyramid. I didn't see a bass there though. I didn't see a bass shop.
I almost said, isn't that Caesar's Palace? But that's idiot. Different empire. Idiot.
You're playing Max Payne, getting your fucking pantheons mixed up.
Yeah.
Caesar's Palace is farther north on this trip. It's all the way south. Is the one in the pyramid. I went to it because it was on the way to get to the Shark Museum.
King
I had to pass through that thing. I forget what it's called.
Tutankhamun?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I passed by the Vegas pyramid to get to the Shark Museum. Is a brilliant trip itinerary, dude. That's awesome.
The Luxor. Yeah, go to Vegas, Pete. It is a different world.
That's true. I'm the only one who's never been.
I lost $100 in a poker tournament in Pyramid in Vegas.
That makes you basically the richest loser in Vegas. Right? Like you were just like, that's enough for me.
I paid for it with chips that I won in my own hotel too. So it felt like I didn't lose money at Vegas. I only won some and then lost it. So it was just the time to have fun.
It's honestly one of the best ways to do it over there.
Yep.
Right. So Max obviously managed to kill everyone involved except for the sexy and mysterious Mona Sachs. She actually gets shot in the head, but her body disappears, and it's later revealed that she's like very kind of Kill Bill-esque. The bride survives being shot in the head, and then of course it's finished off later on. She does die in a later game. And then after killing everybody, he is then arrested by the NYPD. Though, after the truth is revealed, Max is released and all charges against him are dropped, meaning you can go on a vigilante killing spree as long as you're a cop with a good enough reason. That is Lore Boy's legal advice. Right there, okay?
It's real legal advice, too, I think.
Lore Boy's canon, you can do it. Max's life remained pretty difficult, even after the collapse of the Aesir Corporation and the Inner Circle. So, one undercover detective basically managed to take down all of the Illuminati's operations in New York City. Sadly, like his parents, Max became an alcoholic, with his drink of choice being Kong whiskey. It's like the Jack Daniels shit. It's the legally distinct Jack Daniels you see in game very frequently. He also developed an addiction to painkillers, which is the game's version of health pickups. Mm-hmm. He's already severely addicted to painkillers in Max Payne 3, and I found it really interesting that that was a plot point, that he is canonically getting shot and taking painkillers in every fucking gunfight in game, and now he has an opiate addiction basically.
Yeah, which he would
a lot,
right?
Well, yeah, because painkillers just acts like they heal you right away, and then everything's done and it's fine. So
that's what it feels like.
And they do. Yeah.
You can take those too, listener. Lore Boys canon. If you good enough reason to do vigilante justice, fucking do it. Do as many painkillers as you want. I don't fucking care.
We don't care about an R rating on this episode. Shoot them up.
Lore Boys canon. So years later. Sorry?
I said no, don't. So legally we
don't
can't
do
get
it.
in trouble.
I was kidding. Joking.
It was all joke. All ruse.
All joke. Just Josh. So years later, Max is found in a shitty dive bar by an ex-NYPD officer named Raul Passos from Colombia. He'd left the States to become a cop in Sao Paulo, Brazil, and eventually a private security goon, not for the Viet Cong, but for the real estate mogul Rodrigo Branco. On the evening the two men got reacquainted, kind of a low-level mobster's son named Tony DeMarco came in talking a whole lot of shit and waving a gun around. This is a core memory of mine. If anybody remembers or still watches the YouTube channel that was, I guess it's called Castle Super Beast now, but it was Two Best Friends Play, which is like these guys from Montreal used to do Let's Plays on YouTube. And one of the first videos I ever saw of theirs when they were playing Max Payne 3, when they made the joke of just like, this kid is in here harassing Max Payne as if he has forgotten the time Max Payne killed every single person in New Jersey. And it's just like one of my favorite clips of a Let's Play that I watched like way back in the day. So this young man comes in, talking a whole bunch of shit in a dive bar, waving a gun around, and DeMarco eventually gets some attitude. There's a woman who's just not afraid of him. She walks up and she's like, I don't fucking care about you, you bitch. You know, you don't talk shit to me. After DeMarco pistol whips her, there is a slow motion sequence where Max just whips out a gun and fucking caps the kid, shoots him right in the chest, just kills him in the bar. Yeah. Well, like kills the kid. He's like in his 20s. He's an adult.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I was actually wondering because like I don't think you can kill children in video games, like any video game.
You would get your M rating. I tell you that much.
I don't even think I think even highest rating, you're not allowed to kill children.
Yeah, I think you'd be like you'd get like an A rating or whatever it is on Steam, right?
Yeah,
okay.
AO
you do anything.
or whatever.
Yeah.
But no, he's like the shitty New Jersey fucking at this time, like Jersey Shore was still on TV, so there is like a line where she's like, "You spray tan Guido douche." I'm like, oh, that's so funny to like.
It's like a time capsule, right? Back to
it is.
2008.
Yeah. So this starts an all-out manhunt for Max Payne around Hoboken, New Jersey. Max flees the city and the United States to Brazil, taking up Raul's offer of becoming a bodyguard for the Branco Corporation, leading to the events of Max Payne 3. So that has been Max Payne. I have been your host, Peter O'Donoghue. You can find me at Lorbe's Podcast on Instagram, and you can find my book, The Black Frontier, available on Amazon, both physically and digitally, or through our Patreon, patreon.com/theloreboys. Fellas.
Jamie?
I like streaming, twitch.tv/loreboyjames. There's a bunch of folks coming by. We've been playing a bunch of games, Spider-Man, maybe Hades eventually. Kind of want to get into Borderlands 4. Might be in there somewhere. Who knows? But come hang out Tuesdays, Thursdays around 8 p.m. EST. I'm always around. Ethan.
Yeah, thanks so much for listening. If you enjoyed the show, consider leaving us a rating or review on your podcast app of choice. And if you want to support the show financially, we do have a Patreon, patreon.com/loreboys that you can check out. Check it out. Check it out. If you don't trust Patreon, we do have Loreboys Prime, a service which we've always offered. The classic service every single week. We offer to get you addicted to your drug of choice. You tell us which drug, we'll show up at your house and we'll get you addicted to it. That's the Lore Boys guarantee. No drugs left unaddicted. Guys, you're supposed to say it with me. Say it.
Yeah. No drugs left unaddicted. Sorry.
Yeah. There we go. We got the t-shirts made. We got bumper stickers of your favorite drug of choice. Say, my other car is a heroin. My other car is a cocaine. Et cetera, and so on.
It's like a couple's t-shirt. It's like, I'm on heroin, and then there's a girl shirt that says heroin.
But with no E. Don't get it twisted now, okay?
No,
I'm not talking no female protagonists. Women in video games get murdered to motivate the men. All right, that's what we believe here at Lore Boys.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And then you can kill every single person in New Jersey if you have to. It's legal, apparently.
Honestly, if you want to. Like, let's not put the bar at have to, right?
Fair enough. You're right.
And I think that would constitute a Lore Boys.
Lore Boys
out.